Cardo Backtalk Edge. So gonna replace our current Bluetooth communicator? Well, yeah, obviously. It's a direct upgrade to the Backtalk Bold. But today we're gonna talk about this newest offering from Cardo and help you determine whether or not it's time to upgrade your communication system, if for nothing else, but for this. Here at the shop, we prefer Cardo communicators. No shocker there with the copious amounts of product placement and all. But in actuality, Cardos help us with our workflow process by making everything in our lives easier. Anytime we're out and about on a shoot, our Cardos are one of the first things we reach for. Because most times we're spread out across a parking lot or a road, coordinating shots. And let me tell you, we get far less crazy looks when we're not screaming back and forth with a crew about camera settings.
Put it on ISO 100.
What?
Put the ISO on 100.
What?
I really wish I had a Cardo on your head right now.
There's a price on my head right now?
First rides also fall in that category. Can you imagine Brian and Luke having to hang out the window yelling over the top of the wind to give their impressions of the bikes? It wasn't long before Cardo went public with the Edge that we first heard whispering about their new flagship model. For those of you that tune into Live on Two Wheels, you may remember the royal announcement we made.
We have information from the leaders over at Cardo.
Yep.
In order for me not to mess this up,
Yeah.
I have a script to read. Bo, if you will, please. Hear ye, hear ye. To those to whom it may concern, Cardo, champion of communicators, creator of mesh, friend to all, and crier of the realm, shall have a humdinger of an announcement within the fortnight. Not the video game.
Yeah, that was like a week after we signed an NDA to be able to receive two in the mail. Right out of the box, it's easy to see that Cardo took what was successful from the last big bad, the Backtalk Bold, rolled it over to the Edge. It's waterproof, of course, not just resistant. Okay, so just like all other Cardo products, these things are waterproof, not just weatherproof. One of the things I like the most about them, especially for a person that rides a lot in varied conditions, they also have a temperature range, an operating temperature range of -4 to 131 degrees Fahrenheit, which seems a little bit like overkill at first, but these things are in direct sun. They're electronics, so they generate a lot of heat. They also might end up inside of luggage, book bag, side case, your car, your glove compartment. So having that range is really good for keeping these things alive longer and from exploding on the side of your skull. The overall layout is largely the same, save for the volume control, which is now sunken and shrunken, so it no longer sits proudly on the surface. The scroll wheel still pulls double duty with its push button function, and the reaction has slightly changed. The layout is almost identical if the looks are a little bit different. The button layout, same last time. They do seem a little bit more difficult to depress, but that means no accidental pressing. The scroll wheel is now completely recessed, which is great if you don't want to accidentally roll the volume down. But I do find personally that it's harder to actuate with a glove, but it does have a more kind of clicky button instead of like a mushy button. My mileage is with thicker leather gloves. This, just like any other unit, is a little bit hard to actuate, but because it's recessed, it does tend to kind of skip over when I'm reaching up while on the bike. Otherwise, the buttons, the same, but also improved. Same, but different. Which reminds me, another super small gripe. Little flappy boy hidden in the back covers the charging point, and it can be hard to get closed when you have a glove on. Shares a similar footprint and silhouette as the Bold, but it has a whole new mounting system and look about it. The mounting system, the air mount, which is very good. We had a little bit of apprehension on what it would be like to use this new mount.
The only thing that I had apprehension of when we saw the...
I already showed people the air mount.
Yeah, so I saw that and I was like immediately like, no. But as he's showing you right now, hold it by the unit.
I am.
We haven't had any issues yet of it detaching or having any problems attaching the units from the cradle. It was slightly startling to have the edge pull from my hands when the magnets first engaged, but they didn't cheap out on the magnets. It's pretty stuck in there.
Guys, am I alone in this? Like, this is amazing magnets, and nobody else in the shop seems to be as excited as they need to be for that. That's it. That's all.
The locking mechanism up front, it's easy to find with a gloved hand, and with the amount of pressure you have to give in order to release the unit, ensures that there shouldn't be any mishaps. In terms of charging, Cardo has finally made the switch to USB-C for the option of fast charging, which to get you 2 hours of talk time after about 20 minutes of charging, and a full charge in just 2 hours.
So best that we can figure through looking into it, the battery inside the PackTalk Edge is the same battery in the PackTalk Bold. It's an 850 milliamp hour battery, but we get much better standby times, about the same amount of talk time, which leads us to believe that the battery itself being the same is not the cause of this. So they've got to be doing something else inside internally to make this more efficient. We get about 10 days of standby time as opposed to the 1 week from the Bold. Whatever black magic voodoo stuff they've been doing, they also did it to either the charging system or the electronic components in here to give you a lot more extra working time and standby time.
Oh, and we mentioned the over-the-air updates. You don't have to hook this thing up to a computer anymore. You can use the app, which you should have downloaded already, to get it linked up. Now, Chase and I both received the upgrade 45mm JBL speakers with our units. The sound was phenomenal.
The new Edge comes with the 40mm drivers, just like some of the other units in the line. We opted for the JBL upgrade, the 45mm. It is the same upgrade unit from this PackTalk Bold and one they've been using for a while. So the speakers are exactly the same. I don't see any difference to that. But I will tell you, it seems much clearer and much clearer at volume. Could not find any of the technical documents on what's inside, which, I mean, no-brainer there. They want to hold that. Best I can figure is they've updated the preamp because it handles higher volumes at a higher clarity throughout the range of volumes. We noticed it right away when speaking. Something inside has changed, but if you have the JBL speakers from previous models, those will work as well.
The other day, Chase, Trey, and I rode out to do some filming. Of course, we started a new group through the app, which streamlined the pairing process. But even with some seriously spirited riding, we didn't have any issues with hearing one another over the wind noise. There were a few times we got out of range from each other, but that's only when you're in a heavily wooded area and you go around a bend or over a hill that breaks kind of line of sight. As soon as that line of sight was reestablished, everything was back to normal and you had the about a mile range. The time to reconnect with the DMC 2.0 seems faster, or more Cardo black magic, I suspect. Besides that, you can still get about a mile, like I said, worth of range in open terrain, and you'll still have room to connect with 14 of your buddies.
Now, I know it's going to be easy to dismiss this next statement, but when we're out and we're talking to people, if you've met us and asked us any questions about it, we genuinely recommend Cardo units to everyone that we possibly can.
Sometimes maybe too much.
Too much. We love using these things. I've had the one that we got the first time when we got the PackTalk Bold Black, or the PackTalk Black. I've been using that thing nonstop, and it has never, ever, not even once, pretended like it was going to give me an issue. And
I listen to music on it every day.
Every single day. We use it on every shoot. It has put up with all of the abuse that we can put it through, and
we
abuse the crap out of it. It is still just as good as the day that we got it. And for me personally, with my experience with all electronics, like, engineered obsolescence is a real thing, and a lot of companies will design these things to have a short lifespan so that you're constantly buying the next one.
Oh, screw that.
Right. And so for a unit to last, 3 years now, and give me no signs of giving up,
Through all weather conditions,
I still use that one on my Ruroc. We genuinely love their products, which is why we work with them in the first place. So when you see us and you ask us what you recommend, for a Bluetooth communicator, it's not even a question. Even if they weren't paying us, I'd be like, yeah, this is the one that you need to get. Is a Cardo. Wait,
You know, like a high five, like a yeah.
do they stick to each other?
They got even better.
Magnets!
Wait, whose is whose? This is mine.
Honestly, though, if you are in the market for a communicator or will be soon, check out the PackTalk Edge or anything else in their line. You can use the link in the description. Head over to Revzilla so you can earn yourself some Zilla cash.
As always, we really do appreciate Cardo for supporting the channel. So what do you guys think? You gonna upgrade, side grade, and come over from a different brand? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. If you're not subscribed already, consider subscribing. We do a lot of content around gear and motorcycles. Hit the bell so you don't miss a single video, and we'll see you on the next one.
Magnets.
Am I right?
Hey, outro crew. So, like, Cardo's, they're going pretty hard to paint with the collabs. They got KTM and Honda. What collab would you like to see them do?
Bandai, ooh.
Like a Mega Man one?
Cardo, if you want to do a
Capcom?
Bandai, no, we're talking Gundam. I want an Epion, or a Death Scythe, if you want to do it. Come on.
Let us know in the comments below. Definitely whatever he said. What would you do?
Just to be clear, the Death Scythe option was great.
I'm just saying.
Co-sign it.
Bunch of nerds. All right, bye. Love you.